got a chance to see the new Jack Quaid action film, Novocaine. Let's talk about it right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I am your host, Frank Zank. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And yeah, going to be start working back in the film industry in just another week or so. Excited about that. In the meantime, I'm trying to finish up some of my books and comics and things like that to put up on Kickstarter. But yeah, if you'd like to check out anything that I've written, you can go to Amazon.com and just type my name in. And you'll see Destiny Aurora there, which is my 4-novel quadrilogy. It was also made into a audio book on Audible, and a board game, and an RPG, and a comic book, so a graphic novel. And then, of course, I have my fantasy book called Tales of Ravenor, the Iron Witch. I have, if you like true stories, I have a Holocaust biography up there. There's just a lot of different things. I have a horror book in there called The Awakening. There's just a whole bunch of different stuff you can get in there, plus my comics are in there as well. And yeah, I'm working on a new novel right now and a new comic called Fairy Tales of Terror. It's going to be amazing. All right, so let's jump into Novocaine. So I had a choice today because I really wanted to see Black Bag with Cate Blanchett. I'm a big Cate Blanchett fan. I see anything that she's in. Although Soderbergh has been a letdown, but it wasn't playing at the right time. So I decided to go see this instead. And according to reviews, I probably made the right choice. I am going to try to see Black Bag this weekend anyway. But yeah, I can't say I'm a big fan of Jack Quaid. He kind of almost plays the same role over and over again. This would be the second film this year that I've seen him in, because he was also in Companion. He did play a different role in there, however, where he did play the villain. Here, of course, he is the hero. He is a hero that has no feeling of pain. And there's a couple of issues with the script overall. This is directed by two guys that are partners. They always direct together. They've only directed maybe half a dozen movies / shorts. Dan Burke and Robert Olson. They did a thing called Significant Other, and they did a thing called Villains together, or something like that. But this goes to show you the changing landscape of independent film, because this was only an $18 million movie. It was shot in Chicago. I got to show my ignorance there. I do not know if there's a rebate in Chicago. There has to be something, because, of course, all the Chicago shows are, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, all that stuff. Chicago Med is all shot there. So I got to assume that there's some kind of rebate system up there. But even if there is 20%, then, and of course it's not going to be 20% because you're flying in actors and stuff like that. I don't know how it works there. I only know how it works here and how it works in Canada. But even so, even if they cut it down to 15 million, that is not normally an action movie that would hit theaters. But because it was picked up by Paramount. So it was picked up by a big distributor, and it just goes to show you that the tentpole movies are kind of going away, where the big distributors aren't doing, and the studios, which are the big distributors, are the studios, but they're not doing the big tentpole movies, but maybe a couple of a year, if at all. Paramount's in big financial trouble. So I don't know what their deal is. But the fact that they picked this up at, less than 20 million, does not have a big name star in it. And yeah, it's got a whole bunch of TV people, basically, which is the kind of the trend right now, where the TV people are making the leap to film. So this is again the second film that Jack Quaid is doing, and he is, of course, coming off Companion, which I did not do as well as it should have done. And on top of that, he comes from The Boys, as everybody knows him from. And he's playing a very, very similar character to The Boys, where he's kind of the down and out guy. Everybody kind of tramples on him, where he's kind of trying to stand up for himself, and he's dating the hot girl. You know, it's almost exactly the thing, except in the Boys, I think he had powers for a little bit of time. But here, his superpower is he doesn't feel pain. So he is coming out of his comfort zone because he spends one night with a woman and suddenly falls in love with her and will obviously do anything for her. And that is the basic plot. He works for a bank. His name is Nathan Kane, hence Novocaine, which I thought was interesting. But he works for a bank. He is an assistant manager, and the bank comes in and gets robbed, and his girlfriend, if you call it that, because, man, they only went up on a couple of dates and they slept together once, and she gets taken, and he decides to go after her, which again sends the cops after him, because they don't know if he's in on it or whatever, but he's leaving bodies behind him, basically. So, and of course, messing himself up at the same time, which you could tell from the trailers. But I had generally a good time with this film. This was written and produced by Lars Jacobson. He's barely done anything. So, how this happened, I have no idea. Again, the script is not perfect. I think it was basically fixed along the lines, along the time when they were in production. There is some issues in there, and of course the twist I saw right from the beginning. When the twist was revealed, I'm like, yeah, of course. So it really wasn't a very big twist at all. But the fact that this guy was able to write and produce an $18 million film when he barely did anything is amazing to me. And, you know, Paramount picking it up, I got to know how this happened. Yeah, he wrote and produced like 3 other films, and that's it. That's it. 2 films and a podcast series. So it wasn't even, one says video. So, and the other movie, Day of the Dead, Bloodline, got a 3.5 stars in IMDb. So, yeah. How did this guy get $18 million? Your guess is as good as mine. But everybody is liking this film, and I think it's mostly due to the actors. I thought that the directing was decent. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was decent. It reminded me of Nobody, from Better Call Saul, the guy from Better Call Saul. But I had a good time with the film. I did laugh and chuckle several times. The woman, as soon as I started, I saw the woman next to me with the phone, with her feet up, doing this continuously. And then I was like, all right, well, if the credits start and she's still doing this, she has no intention of putting that thing down, the whole thing. And my buddy from security, it's Thursday, he doesn't come in till Friday, and I was going to probably try to get arrested again if this thing happened. So I decided just to go down to the next level where I couldn't see her. So if she kept the phone on the whole time, I don't know. But it's like, come on, man. When are these people going to learn? It's just amazing to me. But on Rotten Tomatoes, just so you know, it's 81% and 87%. So 81% for reviewers and 81% and 87% for audience. Although Black Bag has a 96% from reviewers, which really doesn't mean much to me. I base everything on mostly what the audience has done. But as far as Jack Quaid is concerned, I think he did a really good job. Again, this was a little bit different for him because he had these action scenes that he had to act like he wasn't hurt. So every time he was punched and stuff like that, he had to act like he was moving from the impact, but really wasn't getting hurt by it. So I found that very interesting, and he had to be likable. That's the other thing. We had to root for him, or else. And again, and the whole beginning was about their relationship. So if the relationship, and I thought they did have some good chemistry, so I did buy it. The female lead was Amber Midthunder. She is from Prey, so she is no slouch to action. She's this is not her first action role. She does get a few action pieces in there, and I bought it. I bought that she was able to handle herself, and that is because she's from Prey, where she was fighting against the Predator. So if you can fight against the Predator, you can fight against these guys. Jacob Batalon he played Ned in the Spider-Man movies. He plays the same type of character here. He's the guy behind the screen. He plays basically the same character no matter what he does. Ray Nicholson is playing the villain, and I thought he had a lot of charisma. I thought he did a really good job. I've seen him in Smile 2. That's pretty much all I know him from. He was also from Licorice Pizza, which I've never seen. But I don't even remember him from Smile 2. I can't tell you in what role he was in. But I thought his charisma and the way he never took anything seriously, even when he was killing people, I really kind of liked that. I liked his portrayal and his choices of how he created this character. So yeah, I don't know if that was a directing thing or if that is something that he did. And then there was like two brothers and stuff like that he was teamed up with. Forgettable. I mean, they were both forgettable. Especially the second brother. So, we go into a house that has a whole bunch of booby traps, which is set up. The guy does say, oh, your brother, put it all together like Wile E. Coyote. So we knew before he walked into the house that what was going to happen. There's another character in here. There's a couple of standout characters in here. Lou Beatty Jr. played Earl. He was the shop owner. This is like one of those times where they say in acting school and stuff like that, there's no such thing as a small part. This guy was great. He only has a little bitty role. He has maybe 2 scenes. Yeah, he has 2 scenes in the whole movie. He's been acting since 1988, and he's basically done, except for one series, he's basically done a whole bunch of minor roles in TV shows and things like that. Since 1988 is all he's been doing. And he has a line of credits like this, man. He never stops working. But I can tell why. The guy is good. People need to use him more for some more, stronger roles. He's an older guy now, of course. But damn, he was good. I liked his reactions to everything. His part was the setup for Nate's character, the Nate character, to initiate. Well, he didn't do the initiation, but to come out of his comfort zone to do to have the relationship with Sherry. So if his part didn't work, then the setup wouldn't have worked. So his part was very integral, even though it was very short. And he got teary-eyed. I was really impressed with him. Anybody who watches this is not impressed with that performance, I have a problem with you. And then we have the female cop, Betty Gabrielle. She has done a ton of stuff. She's in the new Jack Ryan series, which I have not watched, even though I like Jack Ryan. I like the cast there. She was also in Get Out. I thought she was also. I thought that the casting was spot on with this. Again, they didn't pick major actors. They picked, TV actors. She was also an Upgrade, which was very good. So she's gotten a pile of stuff. Manhunt. Yeah, she's been acting for a while. I like the few things that I have seen. I liked. She was in Westworld for 4 episodes. So yeah, she was also, I thought, very good. But I thought the casting overall, whoever the casting director was, did a good job. But yeah, I recommend the film. It obviously is over the top. It's completely over the top. You cannot take any bit of it seriously. You have to suspend disbelief across the board. And of course, like I said, the twist is a waste of time because you saw it coming a mile away. So the script is only okay. I got to put it that way. The writing on it is mediocre at best. The acting is what brings it over the top. And I thought that the directing on the action side was decent. So it's really putting this into the hands of the actors is what made this film a good film or an enjoyable film. I wouldn't say it's good. It's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable, entertaining film with not a whole lot of substance. You may forget it, 2 days later, but you'll remember that you had a good time watching it. What else do we want for going to a movie, So it's a good time at the movies. I hear that females are liking it as well, probably because of the romance side. There is some gross scenes in there, but nothing like Terrifier. I'll put it that way. All right, well that's it for me. I am going out of 10. I am going to give this 6.5 or 7. Well, because of the comedy and the acting, I'll throw it up to a 7. Again, nothing, because it is better, of course, than Into the Badlands or whatever it was. It is better than that for certain. So I'll give it a 7. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. I greatly appreciate it. Remember, too, to go give me a like and subscribe if you can. Share the video out. Get people to watch the film. I am all about independent film. Even if they're $18 million, I still call that an independent film. It is not a studio production. So let's get those filmmakers out and working. That's what I say, especially me. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, Amazon.com. Click the links below if you want to go to my Amazon page. Like and subscribe and share. All right, thanks for watching and have a great week.